Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel again, and thank you for being here. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. So, yes, I'm going to be sharing my birth story. I'm a first time mom. And how did it go? How was it like? Well, let me just tell you, don't try to watch videos on YouTube about birth stories and think that's how yours is going to go. No. Everybody's going to have their own story. Everybody's birth story is totally different, and I've even heard that no two children have similar birth stories. You can have two kids and the whole process might not go the same way. So on this Saturday morning, I started feeling contractions around 4 a.m. Very mild contractions. So, and funny enough, that day I was home alone. I was like, is this baby coming today? Is this baby coming today? So I tried calling my husband, and he was like, you know what? So what do we do now? I said, yeah, I'll be going to the hospital to know what's going on, and I'll let you know. So you have to start coming now. So I called my mom next, and she was like, the baby's coming today. And it's like, you have to be strong, just go and have your bath. So around that 4-5, I went to have my bath. I was just waiting for the day to just brighten up a bit so I could go to the clinic. And when it was 7 a.m., I picked up my handbag alone, and I went to the clinic. When I got there, the nurse I met was so nice, and they said, she checked me and she said, your baby is going to come, but they're not yet dilated, so I want you to go back home and come back by 1 or 2. Then maybe by then, when you're feeling the pain that is not too intense, when you're feeling the pain and when it's very intense, you can come back. And I was like, okay. So at this point, I didn't know what to do. I felt hot tears. They fell, they dropped. So what happened was, I went home. I got back home and just called my mom, and I told her, said, they asked me to come back home. That's the time I called my husband, told him same thing. And he said, okay, I'm already on my way. You don't worry. And funny enough, do you know that I think most times we come through things unknowingly, or we say things unknowingly and they happen. That Saturday morning was a friend's wedding, and I had told him like a few days before that, I'm sorry, I won't be able to attend your wedding because I'm heavily pregnant, and if I come, I might end up giving birth on your wedding day or in your hall, except you're going to have doctors and nurses and everybody stationary waiting for me. So it was like, okay, no wahala. And I was just joking, but I knew my baby was going to come anytime, but I wasn't certain about that day. But funny enough, my baby was coming a day to his wedding. His wedding was on Sunday, and that day was a Saturday. My husband had already gone for the day before because of his wedding, so my husband had to come back because now I'm in labor. There was no way I was going to do everything without him there. Get we did this together, so you have to be there. So when it was so, I was at home. I was just walking around my compound, trying to exercise myself. I was feeling dizzy. My mom was like, "Don't sleep, oh, you dare not sleep, please, oh." And that was it. So I went to the clinic when it was 2. It was 2 o'clock this time. Although I could still bear the pain, but I just said, time is going, and I don't want to give birth in this house. And there's a traffic that's always so serious at my junction. So I did not want to be held in that traffic. My hospital is quite far, not so far, but it's a bit of a distance from my house. So when I got there, so they just said, okay, the doctor checked me and said, madam, hope you came with your things. You are going to stay. I was like, yes, I came with my things. Mind you, I went with one big bag, a very big luggage. I don't know what I was thinking. Well, I made sure everything that was given to me that was on my list from the hospital, everything was inside. I bought everything. First time mother. So doctor checked me and they put me to um, lie down on a bed, and the nurse that came to me, oh God bless her soul, there was a nurse that was assigned to me, Nurse Yetunde. That lady, anytime I see her, I'm like, thank you, because she was everything I needed that day. So she, even when I was feeling, contractions became more serious this time, and time was going, and I was dilating 1 hour, 1 centimeter per hour. Imagine it was 5 o'clock, and she came and she said, her shift is almost over. It's 6 o'clock, so another nurse has to take over from her, and once it's 6, she has to go. And I'm just 5 centimeters. I still have 10 centimeters to go. And I was like, wait, I came in here 2, and now it's 5. I'm on 5 centimeters. Does it mean I've been doing 1 centimeter per hour? It means I still have another 5 hours to go. Is that what you're telling me? She's like, not necessarily, but it might be that way, or some persons the next day or middle of the night. When she said that, I'm like, wow, okay. This time my husband has really come. So he was like, okay, means maybe by 10, maybe middle of the night. That was when I remembered that when I was talking to God, when I was praying, I told him I don't want to give birth at night. I was meant to give birth during the day. So what happened there was that I just told her, I said, there was no way you're going to go when I've not given birth. I'm going to give birth before you actually leave this place, before your shift. She was like, how is that possible? And I was like, you don't worry, watch me. I just said it, and I just told God, I said, you have to show up for me. You have to show up for me one way or the other. This time, I learned a technique where you use comb to play with the bristles with your hand, just so that maybe you get your mind off the contraction, the labor pain, and all that stuff. I did that. Shit was not working. I started using the comb to scratch my body, or scratching my thighs, everything that I was hitting everything I saw around me. I was just bearing the pain, holding, gnashing my teeth here and there, and all that stuff. But my clothes was still on. I was pretty normal, very normal compared to stories that I've heard. And so when it was around 6, she came in and she was like, let me check you before I go. And she said, please, let's go into the delivery room, because there was 2 separate rooms. Where I was like a waiting room at first. So went into the delivery room, and she was like, okay, I think they fixed that thing. She was like, you said this thing just now. I was like, okay. But this time I was just like, God thank you. And the doctors, the midwife, everybody came in, and I gave birth. They asked me push twice first time, and were you looking at your navel? I did the first time, push, nothing. I did it second time, nothing. The doctor said, you have been doing well, and I know you can do this. I know that this time I have to give it my all. So I did, with every strength I had, and the baby popped out. They got my baby, my beautiful boy was here, and pushed out the placenta and all that stuff. So the birth process was wonderful and all that stuff. So that is it about my birth story, how I had my first child. So tell me, how was your experience? Let me know in the comment section if you've had any, and if you've not, are you looking at it? And there's no, just know that it's a normal process. It to happen, but people still have. So, and people do have easy believing. I won't say it was 100%, but it was a 90%. I had very minor tear. Very minor that they did not even have to give me injection to sleep. It was just like I shouted, and that was it. So thank you for being here, and don't forget to like this video and hit on the subscription button.